Hello, welcome to JIBRIN Angle on Owoleke TV. Once again, I am back to talk about our imposed impostor. Let me use that word. Impostor President Bola Tinubu. As some of you already know, in case this is news to you, he traveled to Qatar and for so-called business stuff. First, okay, let me take that point. Now, we all know, some of us know what happened with this issue of Qatar. They were supposed to travel to Qatar, and Qatar eventually made nonsense, ridiculed us, made nonsense of us. Sort of by, first of all, calling off, declining such business meeting. And apart from when, okay, later they rescind that decline and probably accepted to and gave reasons why they initially declined. That Mr. Suso minister or whatever commerce minister will not be around, and that is one. So many other government officials will not be around. That was why they actually declined in the first place. So we all know what happened. A sort of Nigerian government that is led by Bola Tinubu. Oh, obviously they had to go to say they did that. They went through back door to actually. I am very sure they pleaded for that meeting just to save face. It was a shameful. I don't know, Qatar, for God's sake. Qatar is just for how will a country as Nigeria, the most populous black nation in the world, the largest economy in Africa, and with the brightest, the smartest, the most intelligent of black people in the world. You can't find it anywhere. The talents and gifts that Nigerians have, you can't find it. It's unequaled anywhere in any black nation of the world. Nowhere. Wherever, any country you go to, you see black people, you hear of black people thriving. Find out where they are from, what country they hail from. You find out majority of them are from Nigeria. We are so smart. We are intelligent. We are everything good you can think of. You can find it in Nigeria. Yes, we have a bad reputation of crime and fraud. Yeah. As much as I hate to say that, it's not a good thing to actually be known with crime or fraud or corruption in any form or shape. However, people who thrive in corruption are dull people. Dull men and women cannot thrive in corruption. Not corruption, crime rather. Crime, let me be frank with you. In as much as crime is bad, it's inexcusable for anyone to indulge in crime. I abhor crime. I will never be part of, I will never support crime. However, I'm just trying to be fair here. Everyone knows that criminals are smart people. It takes smartness. It takes intelligence. It takes brilliance to actually succeed in committing crime. Especially the level of crimes Nigerians are committing. So that is just it. Again, don't quote me out of context. Don't interpret me out of. I am not supporting crime. Crime is against the law. Crime is against God. It's against humanity. Whenever you commit crime, obviously someone gets hurt, directly or indirectly. So that's why crime is extremely bad. I abhor it, and I expect everyone to do so. So that being said, now back to my point. As I was saying, Tinubu was in Qatar for business summit, and we know how eventually he pleaded, even though not public. We all know what happened. He pleaded to save face. You can imagine Qatar, very small country, for God's sake. They may be rich in oil. Qatar does not. If Nigeria were to be the country they are supposed to be, based on what we have, the quality of human and capital resources we have in that country. Oh my God. Qatar, who the hell is Qatar? Who the hell is Qatar? That can be just compared to a state in Nigeria. So this is what our leaders have really got us into. Honestly, a laughing stock in the global community. So that is just the unfortunate part. Then the second one is our president Bola Tinubu, whose foundation reeks of corruption. His foundation is a stench of corruption. The same man unashamedly and publicly made it known to the world how corrupt Nigeria is. Of course, everybody globally, Nigerians are known for that. Nigeria is known for corruption. But the truth is, when you talk of corruption, honestly, virtually every country of the world is corrupt. You have corruption, but it's just that corruption is in levels. Even in the US, is massive corruption in the US. I can tell you that. So Nigeria is corrupt. There's no doubt about that. So as other countries too. So it is not a good thing. It's unfortunate that Nigeria is so well known for corruption, even though we are not the most corrupt in the world. However, our president, such a statement is not supposed to be coming. If you want to say something like it, such things are things that, such kind of comment are comments that are better made within the four corners of the world, behind the camera, behind closed doors. You can actually just talk to your counterparts behind closed. Okay, I understand Nigerians can be corrupt sometimes. Okay, but just let me know, report to me whenever anyone asks you for bribe or whatever, and that's just it. But for the president, a whole president, when it comes to patriotism, the president of a nation is supposed to be the number one patriotic citizen of the country. As such, there are things that are not supposed to, especially when it comes to diplomatic relationships, there are things that are not supposed to be heard from the president of the nation's mouth. And Bola Tinubu spilled this nonsense from his mouth, categorically announcing to the entire world how corrupt Nigeria and Nigerian officials are. That is very, very shameful. Very shameful. It is so unwise for him to have done that. That is one. Then lastly, you ask yourself, did Bola Tinubu just say that? Ask people to come and report corrupt officials to him? When I heard that, did this man just say this? Did he just say that? Unbelievable. You ask yourself, what moral justification does this man have? What moral justification does he have? For God's sake, to utter such statement. Bola Tinubu's foundation of wealth reeks of corruption. Bola Tinubu's foundation of wealth is a stench of corruption, ill-gotten wealth. Now, this same person says, if anyone asks of bribe from you, report the person to me. Really? How did you become the president of Nigeria? How the hell did you become the president of Nigeria? It is corruption. Through corrupt means. You bulldoze yourself to that. That is your foundation, your presidential foundation, the foundation of your presidency is all riddled with corruption. Yet, you have the temerity, the effrontery, the shamelessness to ask Qataris or the international community to report whoever asks for bribe for any services, any government services. I ask you, how the hell did you feel while you were making such statements? Inside of you, what? This is the epitomization of hypocrisy. Of course, it is the epitome of hypocrisy. Something you are just like a thief, a father who the entire children knows how criminal he is, how a criminal he is, how much they know how much he steals or how much crime he commits. They know his indulgence in crime. This same father comes and tell other children, or a stranger, or outsiders who are probably coming to do something in the house, and they probably tell, and the strangers are complaining, your children are this, the children are corrupt, your children are stealing, or whatever, they stole this from me, they stole that from me, or they did this, they did, and the same father who is a criminal, a known criminal in the family knows quite right that he is a criminal as well, will now tell those outsiders, look, whichever of my children does any of such to you, come tell me, I need you to report that to me. How will the children, you think the children will probably, of course, they will at least pretend at that point. But the moment the visitor leaves, and you know what the children will taunt their father, and that's just the truth. That's just the truth. So President Bola Tinubu, yeah, maybe president, some of them may not be able to confront him and say, Baba, now you they talk this one. Now Baba, now you they talk this one. Now you the one report to. If you will be now Babanla, you will be for this game. Now you they talk like I want. That of course they will taunt him. For those who have the guts to taunt him. So that is just it. I beg, make someone tell president. I call him president because I'm just respecting, honoring that seat of power, not him as a person. So someone should tell President Bola Tinubu to go keep his mouth shut. He should know what to say and when to say it in the public, and that is just it. He does not have moral justification to ask that people report corrupt officials to him. His government is riddled with corruption. The foundation of his government is corruption. How many ministers have been, within how many months, he just assumed power, leadership, and so many ministers, several ministers have been indicted for one corruption or the other. And you are here coming to tell Qataris to come report corrupt officials. I beg. So sad. So sad. Shame on President Bola Tinubu for him to have gone to a foreign country to make such statements of his own countrymen about his country and the people he's leading. So sad. So sad. Nigeria. Waiting we do ourselves. With this man, so we just allow this man they rule us. The man is so clueless, so visionless. He lacks everything a leader. He lacks everything a leader should have. A good leader should have. Let me use that word. He's just steering this country in a very, very wrong direction. It's unfortunate. May God hear our cry and come to our rescue. This is JIBRIN Angle on Owoleke TV. Remain blessed.